Charlene Li, Open Leadership: How Social Technology Can Transform the Way You Lead. In Open Leadership: How Social Technology Can Transform the Way You Lead, Charlene Li explores the impact of the internet and social media on businesses, urging companies to adapt their internal and external operations to the new open and transparent public sphere. Li argues that traditional corporations need to replace secrecy and rigid hierarchies with greater flexibility, engagement, and openness in order to survive in this new landscape. The book aims to provide readers with insights, tools, and strategies to incorporate open leadership and communication within their organizations, emphasizing the need to build trust through sharing information.
Embracing transparency in a social media age. In the age of social media, transparency is essential for companies looking to thrive. Traditional corporations stuck in outdated beliefs about secrecy and control will struggle to engage with the millions of potential customers on apps like Facebook and Twitter. Companies deeply engaged in social media outperform other companies in terms of revenue and gross profit performance. However, this new environment requires a new leadership style that is flexible, open to criticism, and comfortable with personal sharing. It's important to have a strategy for pursuing specific social media objectives to avoid frustrating and expensive results. Consumers now hold power and can influence a company's reputation with viral opinions. However, technology can also provide additional productivity. To create meaningful control again, companies must appreciate and embrace the power of other stakeholders, then determine how to achieve their goals in this new and open environment. By embracing transparency, companies can thrive in the world of social media and reap the benefits that come with it. Leading with openness. The book highlights the importance of leading with openness and shares insights on facilitating effective communication among stakeholders. Leaders should understand that customers, employees, and partners hold power, and sharing information helps to build trust. The book advocates for organizations to be flexible to adapt to change and allows for various decision-making approaches. Furthermore, the book emphasizes the value of 6 information-sharing categories, including explaining, updating, conversing, open mic, crowdsourcing, and platforms. Through the USS Nimitz example, the book argues that organizations can be both open and closed. By leading with openness, organizations can shape a workforce that reflects the organization's values and acts accordingly. Leaders should be curious and honest with customers and consider the perspective of different stakeholders. Communication is a two-way street, and civility should be expected in exchange. Finally, the book stresses that enabling employees to hear and learn directly from customers allows them to use that information to improve performance. The dominance of Apple's closed system. Apple's platform for developers has led to market domination, but some criticize the limited standards. The company's choice to be more or less open is at the heart of the issue. Through open data access, companies allow existing sets of data to be used in customized ways, as seen in the example of Google Maps and Craigslist. Social media and your firm strategy. Learn how to use social media for effective customer engagement and market research with the help of the book Groundswell. Clarifying your firm's goals is crucial to determine your social media strategy. According to the book Groundswell, your goals could be for learning, dialogue, support, or innovation. Once you have established your goals, it's essential to understand your employees and customers. Social media conversations with your customers are vital as they provide real-time feedback on your goods and services. This feedback will empower your employees to perform their jobs more effectively. By opening up their platforms to outsiders, social media giants like Facebook and Apple have turned over the customer experience and relationship to non-employees. This has helped these companies lock in the loyalty of both users and developers. To integrate online communities into your market research, it is crucial to keep pace with the growing trends. Online communities are no longer just forums, they have evolved into meeting halls where members share stories and best practices while testing new ideas. One of the significant advantages of social media is the ability to receive real-time feedback on goods and services. However, with so much information to filter, it can be challenging to determine what's relevant. Fortunately, tools that help analyze data are emerging. The decision to participate in social media exchanges sends a positive message about your firm to your online consumers. How much to open up your firm to internal and external engagement depends on your unique business goals. For example, Toronto General Hospital sought employee input but felt that too much feedback would damage its hierarchy. Management decided to ask employees anonymous feedback on one weekly question and posted the question, responses, and resulting changes. The book, Groundswell, emphasizes the importance of shifting from short-term and impersonal transactions to long-term personal and intimate relationships. Social media is an excellent tool for achieving this shift, and businesses need to invest in its effective use to create and maintain their competitive edge. Open engagement and revenue correlation. Building and nurturing relationships is key to effective open-driven strategies. Social media has emerged as a platform for brands to engage with their customers. A Google analysis of the top 100 global brands reveals that a correlation exists between open engagement and financial performance. Though this does not prove causality, it suggests that brands prioritizing open leadership reap benefits in the form of revenues and profits. Dell Computers and Ford demonstrate the benefits of social media engagement in direct and measurable ways. However, the risks of increased openness include loss of control, which can be mitigated through policies that outline clear guidelines for engagement. A review process for violations can help maintain consistency with organizational values and goals. While openness on social media presents risks, the potential rewards are significant and can be realized with careful planning and management. Humanizing marketing and communications. To understand how employees and customers relate to social media, businesses can create social graphic profiles. These profiles help to identify preferred platforms, engagement levels, and networks. To increase openness, businesses need to identify primary stakeholders and anticipate scenarios. According to the culture and goals of the company, there are two structures for creating more openness: an organic model and a centralized approach. The organic model is good for organizations that are just entering social media and involves each department designing their approach that fits their requirements. In contrast, the centralized model involves a small group of executives making decisions about social media. The article recommends offering relevant training to employees and well-designed incentives to propel the initiatives. Businesses must humanize marketing and communications by replacing the impersonal voice of the company with a person and building meaningful relationships. In a connected, networked world, leadership becomes a catalyst for change both inside and outside the organization. Open leadership mindset. Transitioning to an open leadership mindset requires optimistic leaders who value collaboration, handle criticism, and appreciate the value of teamwork. According to the article, leaders with a pessimistic mindset fear ceding control, but by being open, responsive, and transparent, leaders can build trust and teach the best lessons about openness. Successful open leaders come in different forms. For example, realist optimists believe in benefits of collaboration but also understand the obstacles, while worried skeptics obsess over the risk of openness and tend to adopt a command and control style. Open leaders need to be willing to admit to mistakes and embrace a forgiving attitude towards failure, allowing good people to take risks again. However, this transition to an open leadership mindset takes time, effort, and repeated successes. Embracing openness. Assess stakeholder mindset to determine if they are open to change. Consider hiring outside support if necessary. Companies like Cisco have successfully embraced openness by starting with executives and evolving organically. In today's world, even organizations like the U.S. State Department are using social tech initiatives to strengthen diplomatic relations. Adopting openness can be transformative but requires a willingness to change. Don't be left behind.
In this changing world fueled by the internet and social media, embracing open leadership is essential for businesses to succeed. Traditional corporations must evolve from secrecy and control to flexibility and openness in their internal and external operations. Open leadership allows for greater communication with customers, partners, and employees, fostering a trusting environment where various stakeholders can collaborate effectively. By adapting to this new landscape, businesses can unlock the advantages of real-time feedback and innovation, fostering stronger relationships and enabling them to stay ahead of the competition. Companies who seize this opportunity and integrate open leadership strategies are better poised to navigate the complexities and challenges of the digital age.